Rob, thanks for sitting down with me today. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Rob, Ioka, the brand, two key components to it. Can you tell us a little bit about the two sides?
Sure. So Ioka Farms is a century-old farm. They started off in the late 1800s, basically. So my great-grandfather, and we've just kind of come up to the point where we are today, but we started with a few acres, and now we farm a sizable amount in the Willamette Valley.
Right.
Ioka Marketing is a subsidiary of Ioka Farms, and they handle all the marketing part of the farm, and the production is done on the farm, on the Ioka Farms side.
Right, and so if I understand correctly, you grew up on the farm.
I did.
Been in the business since you're 8 years old?
I was.
You've had your hand in pretty much every facet of that business, and now you're in charge of seed production? What benefit do you see? And we've hung out with them all week here, right? Or the last couple days here with true seedsmen.
Right.
What benefit does it bring for you to have had your hand in it for your entire life?
Well, for me, it's I grew up on the farm. I did the production side of the windrowing, the spraying, the planting. And then in '92, I went over to our marketing side and our cleaning side because we needed a family member to go over to that part of the business and learn that part of the business. That's evolved into what Ioka Marketing is today. So we kind of are we work both sides. So the production side tries to outproduce what we can market, and the marketing side tries to market more than the production can perform. And so it's a win-win, and so we're constantly challenging each other.
Little competition is always good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many family members are involved?
There's a total of 7 families that are running the farm currently, but that 7 families encompasses maybe 15 to 20 of our own family members.
Right. Like every seed business, Ioka's strategy and approach has evolved over the years. Can you tell us a little bit about how that's changed, and maybe what do you see for the future?
Well, from the marketing and the cleaning side, we built the cleaner in the early '70s to add value, and then we constantly were evolving with the times as markets came up and down. We were in and out, and being a small company, we're able to move and shift before maybe some of the bigger ones are. That gives us a kind of a strategic advantage maybe. But we've focused mainly on turf grasses, but now over the last probably 15 years, we've kind of pushed more of our focus into some of the forages, and we do a lot of cereal grain production, contracting outside of our own farm. So
having a little bit more vertical in the business, that adds a unique element.
We say we're a vertically integrated company because we have the production, we have the processing, and we have the distribution to do all 3 under one roof, which makes us unique in that respect. And companies seek us out because we can do that all 3. Right.
Technology obviously plays a role in every business, and I'm sure it does in yours.
Yeah.
I know that I read recently that solar, you were taking on a lot more solar power for the farm.
We added solar about 2 years ago. It just made good economic sense at the time. It was about on the larger systems, it was about a 10-year payoff, and on the smaller residential ones, it's about a 5-year payoff. And so, ask me in 5 or 10 years, and I'll give you the true answer as to how that worked out. But right now, it's doing quite well.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, businesses are really quick at adopting new technology and perhaps a little slower in adopting technology. Where's Ioka going to slide in that 1 to 10?
I'd say we're probably an 8. We're adapting pretty quickly. Currently, the farm production side is adapting to nuts, hazelnuts, because that market is trending higher, and it's just a better return on investment.
Is there other places that technology is obviously playing a big role in the seed industry. We heard about it for the last 2 days here in Hawaii, about how technology and the role that it's playing. What's your stance? I'm not going to put you on the spot and pin you down on the biotech question, because we've got cameras running, so we don't need to do that.
Right.
But from a technology standpoint, where do you see this going?
You've got to be able to adapt to change, and changes the law of the land. I mean, everybody's got to realize that technology is the future. I mean, we're adapting on the production side with GPS tracking for our equipment, our combines, our sprayers, our windrowers, for GPS auto steer, for all that. On the marketing side, we're adapting to new programs that track inventory that keep us more competitive. So yeah, technology is going to be huge going into the future, and I think the younger generation is where it's at. In that, I mean, I got 3 generations on the farm. I got my father, myself, and my kids, and there's quite a difference in the generation gap there, and the technology gap too. So
sure is. Absolutely. Yeah. You're part of a number of associations. Mm-hmm. I know you're part of Pacific. I know you're part of American Seed Trade Association. Mm-hmm. Why is being involved in these regional and national associations important to you and your business? Well,
I mean, without them, our growth of our business can't succeed, because it gives us an opportunity to go out to the network of all of the people that attend these conferences. And, every time I go to a conference, I meet someone new. I maybe gain a new customer, maybe 2. Right. It usually benefits us from that standpoint. But I just appreciate the friendships that I've made over the years coming to these. And I encourage everyone that isn't involved in the PSA or AST to get involved. AST gives us the opportunity to be a member of the ISF, International Seed Federation, which allows us entry into that, which makes the export market more attractive for everyone. So, it's a win-win to be a member of an association like these.
Absolutely. And associations are having, I can't say a difficult time, but we'll call it a difficult time, for lack of a better description,
right.
Getting people involved, right. Getting people as members, getting people as board members. Right. You've done both.
Right.
What would any thoughts, any advice?
Well, with the kind of consolidation of the larger companies, we're losing some of our bigger bigger companies that are involved. And, there's some of these smaller companies that are up and comers. I would encourage those people to send their young people. I mean, we need youth in ag right now. I mean, it's vital. And that's where you see all the technology is going. All these young kids, they're sharp as a tack. They can do things that us old guys can't do anymore,
And pick it up like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've spent a couple days hanging with your fellow seedsmen here at the Pacific Seed Association. What was your overall take of the sentiment of the group?
I think there's a good future in ag. I think everyone's fairly optimistic towards the future. I think there's some hiccups that are here and there, but as long as we address them with the facts, we'll win. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of misperceptions out there as to what really goes on out there, and if you look into the facts of the matter, I think the facts are on our side. So.
I think that I would agree with you, and I think everyone here this last couple of days would agree with you. The tricky piece that I run into, I talk to a lot of people in seed all over the globe, and the comment that I hear back to me is, well, and this is a couple of years ago now. I think it's shifting, but this idea that why do I have to explain myself? And that sentiment is a powerful one. Mm-hmm. How do we get past that as an industry? How do we get past this idea that it's an onerous task to explain our business and share our business and tell our story?
That's a good question. And boy, I guess that I would say that it's all about education, and we have to start educating the younger generations. I'm talking, kindergarten through 8th grade, more about where their food comes from and how it's delivered. I mean, most people, they don't even know where the milk comes from anymore, or where the groceries come from. I heard a comment here, they think it comes out of the back of the truck at the back of the store. I mean, to me, that's disappointing.
Well, and I think that's what we heard today from the government here, was that their take was we were starting too far along the curve.
Right.
If we start talking GM when they don't understand the basics, we have to go back to basics.
Absolutely.
That's what I heard these last couple
Absolutely.
of days. We have to go back to basics and tell that story from the beginning.
Yep, I would agree.
Well, you were a great spokesman to be able to help make that happen, and I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here.